Good morning and welcome to the Breaking Burnout for Nurses podcast. I'm Bonnie Kitahata, your host, and I'm so glad to have Molly Bigley back on my show. She was here on another episode to talk about she loves reading, and she's also on Instagram with her Bookstagram, right, Molly? Bookstagram. And so you can follow her there, Molly's underscore pretty underscore bookish. If you want to follow her there. But I having her back because today, I want her to talk a little bit about she listens to audiobooks and also podcasts to kind of decompress in between coming back from work or doing her errands and things like that. So, yeah, Molly, okay, let me just review a little bit. So, Molly, if you missed our other show, so Molly's been a nurse since about 2008, and she's worked in the ER, and she's worked in a burn unit, and now she's working with me in an orthopedic inpatient unit. So she's had quite a wide variety of nursing experience and plenty of opportunities for burnout. So she knows how to, she uses her books and her podcasts and everything to kind of decompress. So thank you, Molly, for being back on my show. And so talk a little bit about some of the audio books that you like and some of the podcasts that you enjoy while you're zooming around between jobs and work and
kids
home.
Yes. Yeah. Well, thank you, Bonnie, for having me back. I read a ton. I have my little Bookstagram, my Instagram book page that I share what I read. I mostly read on my Kindle or paperback. I try to stay away from hardback books because they're heavy and expensive. And it was probably 6 or 8 months after I got back into reading a couple years ago that I got my first audiobook. My first audiobook was Yellowface, and I forget the author. It's about a woman who is in the book industry, and she's a writer, and her friend ends up dying, and so she steals the manuscript and tries to produce it as her own. So that was really good. That book, I want to say, took me like a couple weeks to listen to. Now I can listen to them much quickly. When you listen, no matter where you listen to an audiobook, there's several different apps you can get, or you can listen to Libby, Libby, which is where you can get audiobooks from your local library. You can listen to them at different speeds. So I tend to listen to mine at double speed or faster. So
wow.
The book is 10 hours long. You can listen to it in 5 hours. So now I my husband laughs. He's always like, blah, blah, blah. I can't understand what it's saying. Although I usually listen to, so I'll either use my AirPods to listen, but mostly I use my Beats. I got my Beats by Dre, and that makes it much easier to listen to if you're not in the car. So if I am walking or if I'm at home doing chores, I'll listen to them on that. But mostly I listen to them in the car.
Okay, so how did you so you said you started with Yellowface? So what made you what brought that to your attention? Because you hadn't really been listening to any audios. Oh, Bookstagram. Okay.
Yeah, so there's an author, not an author, there's a book person called Emily's Booked Up. And she didn't refer me, she referred all of her followers to the book. And so that's how I found out about that book. And it was great. And so now I'm usually always listening to an audiobook, usually in the car, or if you have chores at home. I find like nothing gets laundry and cleaning done faster than listening to an audiobook, because you really can kind of zone out in the book and forget that you're folding laundry or cleaning or whatever it is you're doing. And driving in the car, as far as like nurse burnout, I love listening to an audiobook on the way home from work, because it really like lets me decompress and really disconnect from the day we've had at work. And that way I have about a 20 25-minute drive home.
Mm-hmm.
That way I'm not bringing work home with me.
And at double speed, you're really
At
getting a
double
lot of
speed.
that.
Well, you know what? And I don't know this, and I should know this, but I think when I say double speed, I don't think they record. I think the narrator speaks, and I think they slow it down to 1, or they can bring it up to 2, because if you listen at 1, it is very slow. So I
Okay.
don't think listening at double is truly double what the narrator is speaking.
Oh, I
Because like I
see.
said, if you listen at 1, it's very slow, and nobody can listen to a book that's slow. And I also don't think that's really as fast as they talk when they're actually narrating the book.
Now, what if you
But
miss something? Can you play it back a little bit, or play
absolutely.
Okay, so that's
Yeah,
no problem.
Yeah, depending on the app or the platform you use to listen, you can usually move back 15 or 30 seconds.
Oh, okay.
So and then you can go back. It has the same table of contents. You can go back by chapter.
Okay.
Yeah.
So between your Kindle and
Mhm.
your audiobooks, how many books do you read like in a week or a year or something?
I'm usually always reading 2 books at a time, usually one with my eyes and one with my ears.
Mm-hmm.
And I should look and see. Let me see. I told myself I would read less books than I did last year, because I felt last year I was kind of rushed. I felt like last year I felt like I was reading just to read more and not reading to actually enjoy the book.
Oh, okay.
But I failed, because last year I read 143 books.
Wow.
And this year I am already at 147. So I failed as to read
You
less
failed.
books. But I do feel like I did not rush as much this year, as far as like trying to read more to get a bigger number. I post.
Is there a competition somewhere, or is that you're
No,
racing
I
against
mean, the
yourself?
competition's all in here, I think.
Yeah,
There's
it's in your
another
head.
app called Goodreads, and it has a
I
bunch
think I've heard
of.
of that one.
Oh, it's lovely. It has all the book review. It has all the books, all the synopsis, but you can have kind of your own profile, and it will track all your books. And they do have a like a yearly competition. It's not a competition. It's your yearly reading goal. And you
Okay.
can read books and stuff on there. So I told myself I would read 125 books this year, and I exceeded that.
Oh my gosh, Molly.
Yeah. But
Wow.
but no, audiobooks are great. Some people, I have a few audiobook narrators that I love, but mostly I just, depending on what comes up first on Libby, if I get the audiobook or the regular book. Another thing that's really good to listen to on audiobooks is memoirs, because memoirs are often narrated by the person.
Oh.
Which
Oh,
is
wow.
really, really cool. There's one, what's it called? I always call it Mama Love, but that's not the name of the book. It's about a woman who was like a normal suburban mom and ended up getting into drugs and lost her family and went to jail and came back, and she reads it, and you can hear the like emotion and the passion and all that in the book. Another fantastic one, which is heartbreaking, was Matthew Perry's memoir. Because he narrates it, and so those are really fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, and you learned so much information, and yet you're kind of taken into another world.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So you're enjoying it, but you're in another world and away
Totally.
from all the stress of work and
Mhm.
kids and
Yeah,
all your other
exactly.
stressors.
Yep.
So that's yeah. So now, besides my podcast,
Yes.
what are some of your favorite podcasts that you listen to?
I don't have any favorites. I don't listen to podcasts as much as I do
Audiobooks.
books. But my favorite are always any sort of true crime,
Oh,
whatever
okay.
true crime. There's different ones that'll do like whatever the true crime of the moment is, or there's podcasts that will just be dedicated to one specific crime, I guess. What is Crime Junkie is a good one. There was one, The Man in the Window, that was about the Golden State Killer up and down the 5 freeway.
Yes. Wow.
But I mostly read books. Podcasts are, I would say, like referral based only. So if someone tells me there's a good true crime, then I'll listen to that. And then of course yours.
Of course.
Of course.
So it's so funny to me that I'm also interested in murder, crime, and it's like I used to have a roommate. She was a nurse, and we used to laugh because we didn't read or listen to audiobooks, but we watched like TV true crime stories. And it's like, why? Here we are, nurses, trying to take care of people and compassion about our patients, and yet we go home and we watch true crime or crime mysteries and things like that. And why do we do that?
I know. That's what my 10-year-old always said. Why are you always reading books about murder?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's so interesting. You just wonder what these people are thinking. But
That's funny.
anyway, okay, so a little bit more about your audiobooks. So one thing I was thinking is you're wearing your headphones, and that's kind of good because then people know that you're not going to listen to what they are saying, that you're zoning in on your book, and they can kind of leave you alone.
Yeah, it's true. I would always use my my little ones, and it was another girlfriend that told me, she goes, "Oh no, I got the big ones because then when I have them on, my husband knows not to talk to me. He knows that I'm doing laundry, I'm zoning out, I'm not listening." And I thought, well, that's a great idea. So that's why I ended getting the big ones to be a little more noticeable.
I see people walking around with their headphones, so I know they either don't want to talk to anybody or they're listening to some music or book or something like that. But I see that, I mean, even in the grocery store or just walking around, they're wearing their headphones. So
I do not wear them in a grocery store.
Oh.
just at home, or if I'm on a walk. Like if I'm on a walk, then I'll wear it, because I'll be listening to a book or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I'll see people like on an airplane. They'll be, I think it probably helps them sleep on the airplane too, because they can just zone out to their music or their audiobooks. So, yeah. So that's a very good idea. Because, sometimes at work, the doctors will be talking, and then, like you're talking to them, and you don't know that they're on a phone call or something like that with their earbuds. And so if they're wearing a headphone or a headset, then,
could you imagine them walking around
don't
like
bother
that?
me. No, not really.
But I have a love-hate with people with the earbuds, like in public. I don't totally love that. I feel like they should be saved for when you need to use your hands, not necessarily walking through the grocery store or work.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah. So I only use mine when, like I said, when I'm not, participating in regular life.
So do you have any particular place where you go to, like, how do you sign up for the audiobook? Is it on
so there's a
Libby?
bunch of different apps. So with Libby is the library app, and then you can get audiobooks on Libby. You just put a hold. So some audiobooks, the wait is a couple weeks. Sometimes it's longer depending on the popularity of the book. The other ways, Libro, Libro, is another way to listen to audiobooks. You purchase them there, and then you pick a small business or a local bookstore, and some of the proceeds will go to that bookstore. So that's a good way if you need to buy audiobooks.
So then you'll have that forever to listen to again?
So that one you'll have forever. Yeah.
And can you share that book with somebody once you buy it?
No,
Or
I don't
how
think
does
so.
that go?
That is the only problem with the Kindle or with the audiobooks is you
Mhm.
can't share them. I'd
Oh,
heard
okay.
in the past you were able to share the Kindle books, but you can't share them
Mhm.
anymore.
Uh-huh.
Although, and I haven't on Libro where you buy the books. I believe you are able to download those, so you do own that audio file.
Mhm.
Although I haven't done that, and I imagine you could maybe share that. I don't
Mhm.
know.
They probably
Audible,
don't want you to share it because they want each person to buy the book, right?
yes. But
Yeah.
I also think like that's the beauty of having a book. Like you read
Yeah.
it and you share it. I
Yeah.
always share my books, and people are like,
Mhm.
no, it's too pretty. I don't want to use it. I'm like, no, I want my book to look used. I want it used. So I kind of
Yeah.
feel like, Audible is another way to listen to it, and that's Amazon's platform.
It's called what?
Audible, Audible. Um, I
Audible.
don't use that as audiobooks can be expensive, so I try to stick to Libby for my
Uh-huh.
audiobooks. And then with my Instagram, I get I'm a I guess I'm an influencer,
You
for
are.
some programs, and so Penguin Random House Audio, I'm an influencer for them, and so I get audiobooks from them, which is primarily where I'm listening to most of my audiobooks right now.
Okay.
But
Oh,
to use that, you have to be accepted into their program. So I was accepted because of my Instagram.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, Molly, thank you so much for
Thank you.
sharing all this. And oh yeah, and I know you sometimes share your book in that little library. What is that library in our break room?
Oh yeah. I don't know it. I don't know a little. It's not a free little library. It's something else. But we
It's
have a little share library. A share library.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That Shelby brought in. She was on my
Mhm.
show a little
Oh
bit ago.
yay!
And but yeah, so yeah, share your books. Come on.
I know. Share them. Yeah.
Yeah.
That,
Thank you, Molly, for being on my
thank you,
show
Bonnie.
again.
Of course. Thank you.
All right. And so for my listeners out there, if you want to be on my show and share some of your burnout survival strategies, go to my website at breakingburnout.com and go to the podcast tab and fill out a little um, form and be a podcast guest with me. And so, and then follow Molly on Instagram, Molly's MOLLYS underscore pretty underscore bookish, and see what she has going there. All
Yay.
right, we'll see you all next Monday at 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Bonnie.
Bye.
Bye.